Good evening. It is 6:01 p.m., so we're going to go ahead and start the December 21st, 2023 meeting of the City of Des Moines Plan and Zoning Commission. The Plan and Zoning Commission is generally an advisory body to the City Council. The City Council will hold a public hearing and make the final decision on all matters before the Commission, other than site plans and subdivision plats, unless denials or conditional approvals thereof are appealed. Please contact the City Clerk or Development Services Department staff for details on council hearings. Applicant will be given 10 minutes to present the request. Proponents and then opponents from the public are then allowed to speak in that order, with each speaker allowed a maximum of 5 minutes. Applicant is then allowed 5 minutes for a rebuttal. The hearing will then be closed, and the Commission will discuss and vote on the issue. All comments are to be germane to the item under consideration, and speakers are to maintain a courteous manner. Items listed on the consent portion of the agenda will not be individually discussed and will be considered for approval in accordance with the recommendation in the staff report, unless an individual present or member of the Commission requests that an item be moved from the consent agenda and considered separately under the public hearing agenda. Okay, can I get a motion from a commissioner to approve the minutes of our last meeting, which was on December 7th? Okay, thank you.
So moved.
Thank you. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And those who pass? Okay, thank you. I will now go through the consent agenda items. Item number 1 is a request from the Neighborhood Development Corporation for review and approval of the following regarding property located at 2211 University Avenue. Vacation of approximately 40 square feet of air right-of-way on University Avenue to allow the encroachment of a proposed building awning. Vacation of approximately 24 square feet of surface right-of-way on 22nd Street to allow the encroachment of a proposed building door swing. Vacation of approximately 90 square feet of surface right-of-way on the western north-south alleyway adjoining the subject property to allow the encroachment of proposed trash enclosure gates. And vacation of approximately 1,761 square feet of subsurface right-of-way on 22nd Street, University Avenue, and the adjoining western north-south alleyway to allow the encroachment of proposed building footings. Is there anyone in the audience tonight who would like this item moved to the public hearing? Okay. Are there any commissioners who would like this item moved to the public hearing? Okay, seeing none, item number 1 will remain on the consent agenda. Item number 2, a request from Sundry Church for the following regarding property located at 4112 6th Avenue. Determination as to whether the requested rezoning is in conformance with Plan DSM, to rezone the property from limited N3B Neighborhood District to N3B Neighborhood District, to to remove the zoning condition that requires at least one off-street motor vehicle parking space located outside of the front yard area on any parcel that contains a one household residential use. Is there anyone in the audience tonight who would like this item moved to the public hearing? Is there a commissioner here tonight who would like this item moved to the public hearing? Okay, seeing none, item number 2 will remain on the consent agenda. Item number 3 can be moved to the consent agenda. Staff is okay with that. However, they would like the commission to know if they want to hear it as an informational item, we can keep it on the public hearing. So are there any commissioners who would like to hear it tonight in the public hearing? Item number 3. I didn't read it yet, I'm sorry. It's a request from Mid-American and the District Developer LLC for the following regarding parcels, multiple parcels located in the vicinity of 200 Southeast 2nd Street. Determination as to whether the requested rezoning is in conformance with Plan DSM, to amend Plan DSM to revise the future land use classification of the property from downtown mixed use to public semi-public, amend the large-scale development plan for the Market District area to revise the area designated for a park and associated amenities, and to rezone the property from limited DXR and limited DX1 downtown districts to P2 public civic and institutional districts to allow the development of the space for a park and an accessory surface parking area. So again, that can continue to be on public hearing if we want to hear the information. Is there anyone in the audience tonight who would like this to remain in the public hearing? Okay, seeing none. Commissioners? Yep.
Our thought is we would skip the staff report, so we'd give the applicant like 5-10 minutes just to give an overview, just as a point of interest. But if you're not interested, I think we're more than happy to see it move to consent as well. But it's kind of an interesting public project.
So unless, does anybody want to hear it tonight to remain on the public hearing?
I mean, they're here.
Okay.
I would support hearing from the consultant.
Okay.
Because I was confused by the parking area that was mentioned in the agenda because I didn't see it in the plans. So maybe that will provide some clarification.
Sure. Great. Okay. Item number 3 will remain in the public hearing. So our consent items are number 1 and 2. Also, should we do continue now, right? Let's do consent. I get a motion from a commissioner to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Thank you, Carolyn. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, thank you. Item number 4, a request from IA9 Des Moines LLC is going to be continued to January 18th. They need to discuss that a little bit more. Can I get a motion from a staff member to continue item number 4? I'm sorry, from the commission.
Can we see, is there anybody in the audience that's here for this other than the applicant's representative? Are you a neighbor?
No, I'm legal counsel for, yes, the adjacent property owner.
Okay. And you understand that we're going to continue it so you guys can all visit?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so can I get a motion from a commissioner to continue this item to January 18th?
Motion to continue.
Thank you, Justin. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, item number 4 is continued. So we just have item number 3 tonight, and we are going to hear from the applicant first, right?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn over the applicant team. Staff's going to skip presentation. We can answer any questions you might have, but if you want to come on up and just introduce yourself and take it away.
All right. Good evening. I'm Jonathan Ramsey. I'm with BNIM Architects. We're the design lead on the park on behalf of Mid-American Energy, our clients, and Genus Landscape Architects. Thanks for having us here tonight. There's really three main things that we're trying to achieve in this park. One is enhancing connection to the city. Another is to really create a place for everyone, and also to ensure that this park is sustainable for the city in the long term. So, let me advance here. As you all know, it's a prime location within the city. There's a lot of opportunities for connection to the bike trails, to the future market district, to the many amenities we have around the city, and we anticipate this is going to draw a lot of people to it. And at the same time, we wanted to enhance those connections to the city by providing views from this park out to the city, to downtown Des Moines, to the Capitol, to Principal Park. This was here for reference in case we needed it based on the discussion tonight. We can go back to this for the zoning diagram if we need to. But as far as enhancing connection to the city, just would share with the group, for instance, that we've been working with the Harkin Institute. We've been engaged in focus groups, 6 focus groups with over 44 participants to really understand what it means to have a park that's highly accessible for all people. Some of those conversations have focused around how people get to the park, how they enter the park. Just as far as the orientation of the park, obviously north is to the right in this diagram here, but we have the bike trail that exists, and there are multiple connection points to that bike trail. There's also major pedestrian access points at the northwest corner and off of Market Street, which is planned to be a major public street within the city and a place for festivals and events. And so we anticipate the park will also accommodate that and coordinate with that in terms of the flow of people through it. There's a couple other points of access there, the existing crosswalk, and some points near the parking lot. So that parking lot is down at the southeast corner there. It has spaces for about 60 cars. It has multiple accessible spaces and also is designed to capture stormwater. There's a few main structures on the site. Item number 4 is the DNAPL building, which is the building that houses some of the below-grade remediation systems that are necessary for the site. So that will be owned and operated by Mid-American, but then also within that building are facilities for Polk County Conservation. They will be maintaining the park, so we have some space in there for their maintenance equipment. The main public building on the site is the shade, shelter, and restroom building, and it's about 1,800 square feet of shade shelter along with 4 single-user, gender-neutral, all accessible restrooms. Then the other structure on the site is the overlook. So if you've driven by the site, you'll notice there's a large hill there now. The overlook will spring from that hill, and it will extend toward the river and towards the downtown as an amenity and a gathering place for people. Just to give you a sense of the grades on the site, these are a little small up there, but generally we're grading the site so that from the market district up to the levee, it'll be a smooth grade, so you won't feel like you're behind the levee anymore on that site. And then, of course, we've built up that hill there. One of the main things we're doing is ensuring that we really have an accessible pathway all the way up to the end of that overlook. So while that overlook will be 18 feet above kind of the central grade at the park, it's about 520 feet of travel distance, so the grades will be around 3% on average. So it will definitely be accessible getting up to that point, and providing multiple places for people to stop, shade, seating, to provide some different events and viewing opportunities along the way. And as far as providing a sustainable landscape, part of that is providing a diverse landscape and also capturing stormwater on the site. So in addition to the lawn areas that we'll have, we also have a number of different prairie areas, wetland. We have bioretention areas within the parking lot, and then adjacent to the market district, those areas in red are more planting areas that would be more urban type planting areas that will coordinate with what we're doing in the market district and help knit those two things together. And then just some images of the experience here. So this is entering from the market district. the shade shelter beyond to draw you in to the park. And then as you get further in the park, the river would be on your right here, the overlook beyond, the path that extends gently up through the landscape to the end of that overlook and the lawn in the foreground there. And then in kind of a bird's eye view of that, the cantilever is a major aspect of it. Certainly it's dynamic, but it also has a functional component to it, and it provides shade below it. When we don't have trees as developed on the site in particular, shade's going to be a really important amenity on this site, and so it will serve that purpose as well, connecting to the path that loops around it to the south there. And then finally a view of adjacent to and looking in the direction of the overlook, oriented towards downtown, the ability to not only look at the river in downtown, but perhaps see events in the lawn to the right there, experience the prairie landscape from a different perspective on the left. We're very cognizant of safety within the park and trying to encourage specific uses and discourage other uses. So for instance, under the overlook, having things like riprap there that will discourage people from gathering maybe under there, and having lighting will be an important component of the park. We've done a lighting study and photometrics of the entire site, so that's going to be something that will really promote and enhance security on the site. So that's what we have tonight to present. Be happy to take any questions, and if I can't answer them, perhaps Brett Douglas from Genus can.
Any questions? Your parking question was resolved? Okay. Any questions from the side? No? I just have one question. This is on the bike trail. Can you possibly point out where the bike racks are?
I'm not sure we have them identified
Okay.
on these plans. There will be bike racks throughout the site, and we do have a plan that's in development. We're in design development, so we do have a technical drawing that has those on it.
Okay.
There are a number of them kind of close to the bike path in these areas, and there are some that are closer to the shelter. And we're still, I think, even in the process of fine-tuning where those are.
Okay. Okay, great. Any other questions or comments? All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
So
You need to vote
since this
on
was, we still need to vote on it. Okay, I was going to say, we didn't have a staff report.
Well, you have a staff recommendation of approval.
Right. Yes, the staff recommends approval of these items. Any discussion before we have a motion? Okay. Can I get a motion?
Move staff.
Okay. Thank
Excuse
you.
me, I would just open up to public comment. I know
Oh,
there
I'm
might not
sorry.
be comment, but
Yeah, I feel, is there anyone here tonight who would like to speak in opposition of this item? Or as a proponent of this item? Okay, seeing none.
thank you.
Sorry, I knew that they were all together and there's nobody else here, so, yeah, I closed the public hearing.
You forgot
Now
neutral.
Open it, oh, sorry. Justin. Okay. Seeing none, I close the public hearing and open it to the commission for any motions. Discussion or motions?
I'll move staff.
Yeah, we already, yeah, okay.
I think everybody's just in the holiday mode.
All those in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand.
Motion carries.
Yeah.
Just quickly note that at our next meeting, we will be holding an election of the next set of officers. We'll do that at the end of the meeting like we always do. So those individuals will take over and effective in February. And I think the other thing to point out is this is going to be Tyler's last meeting. He's moving to the engineering department to help them, so. So just thanks to Tyler for his service to helping us serve you guys, and then you'll be seeing a variety of faces. Carlotta probably mostly, which you've met. I can't remember if she was here at the last meeting, I believe. So anyway.
Do we have a slate of officers?
We do have a slate from the nominating committee. I will, no, I haven't.
Present it at the next meeting.
Yeah, I will, it'll get sent to you prior to we can send it out prior to the meeting since it has been shared with staff, so we'll share it. But anyway, happy holidays to everybody.
Thank
See
you,
you.
everybody.